Hello, my night owls. If you're like me and you deal with insomnia, this practice is going to be for you. So know that this is a practice that you could actually do on your bed. A mat is not required, and most of the positions are going to be lying down. So once you get into your bed and you're in your comfortable jammies, we can get started. So I wanted to do a little intro. When it comes to body positioning and somatic practices, know that being prone, or when your heart is facing down towards the earth, it helps to down-regulate our nervous system. So most of the postures are going to be face down today, just to help us calm and find that sense of stillness so that we can ease ourselves into sleep. It's a hard one for me, shutting this off. But if that is you, know that this one's going to be a good one for you. So it's just going to be a short practice, and we're going to start in our child's pose. So all you have to do is slowly come onto your knees. Bring your knees a little bit wider than your hips. Bring your toes together, and just reach your arms out to the sides, maybe in a wide position as you relax your forehead down. We'll take a couple of breaths, allowing ourselves to slow down. Because the slower that we can be with our bodies, sometimes the slower we can be in our minds. So if your mind is really busy, maybe focusing on the inhale and exhale. You can also count the length of your breath, almost like you're counting sheep. So think 1, 2, 3, 4 on the inhale. And then maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the exhale. And you can do that in your head throughout this practice today. We'll see if we can take 2 more breaths here. And one last one. And we'll take our time to slowly come up onto our fingers or our fingertips, lifting our forehead up. From there, from our lifted space, we'll take our right hand, slide it underneath our chest, allow our right ear down onto the pillow as we take our left hand against our lower back. Okay, from this lower back position, you can rotate that left shoulder up. But again, this is nice and passive, just to help us slow down. Focus on counting or our breath for about 2 more rounds. And you'll take your time to slowly release that left hand. Bring it out in front of you extended, so you can press down into that palm to slowly slide your right hand out. Then we'll go in the opposite direction. Send your right arm forward. Take that left hand, slide it underneath your chest as you allow your left ear to come down to the mat this time. Then we'll take the right hand against our lower back and just rotate that shoulder open gently. Maintaining that nice long breath because that's what matters most. And then you'll take 2 more breaths. Good. We'll take our time to slowly bring the right hand forward. Use that to slide that left hand out from underneath. And then we'll walk our hands forward as we lift through our hips. We'll do just a couple of cat-cows to open up the spine. Use your inhales to arch the spine and your exhales to round. But focusing on that rounding cat position rather than extending a lot in the cow. So you want the movements to mimic a hug or being prone on the belly. Okay, we'll come into a neutral spine as you finish up your last round. And then we'll walk our hands forward, come down to our elbows, and then just gently melt down onto our belly. We'll take one on top of the other if that feels okay for you. You can rest your forehead down or an ear, whichever feels best. We'll gently lift the feet up towards our hips and just rock our feet side to side, softening things through our hips and our lower back. From here, we'll gently release your feet back down towards the earth. We're going to take our right knee and bring it out to the right side. If you'd like to prop it up on a pillow, that is a good place to be also. So just slide the knee out farther than you think, and then bring your right foot out a little bit wider than the knee. Relax the head down, relax the shoulders, finding a gentle opening through the hip. And all you have to focus is on your breathing. And as you finish up that final breath, we'll take that right leg and just slide it all the way back behind you, coming back into a nice long spine. And then we'll move over to the other side. So left knee is going to walk itself out to the left side. Your left foot will be extended out a little bit farther than the knee, so about 120 degrees. And then allow your shoulders to relax, your jaw to relax, and allow yourself to settle as you press down into the hips. And find a gentle opening. As you finish up that final breath, take your time to slide that left knee all the way back to your midline. And then we'll gently just rock the hips side to side. And then we'll gently bring the right arm out to the right side in a Y position. Take the eyelet, the front of that elbow, and rotate it down towards the earth. You're going to bring your right ear down facing away from that extended arm. And then we're going to take your left hand against your left rib cage like you're going to do a push-up just on the left side. We're going to bend that left knee, kick that foot over towards the right, finding a gentle opening through your shoulders and the right side of your chest. And you're still going to breathe here nice and long in the gentle twist. Take your time to gently unwind yourself all the way back to your belly. And then we'll move on to the opposite side. Right hand comes to the rib cage. Left hand extends out to the left side in a Y position. Drop that left ear down onto the mat as you bring your right foot up towards the sky. From there, we'll kick that right foot over towards the left side of the room. Again, as you breathe here. We'll take one more breath on this side. Before you slowly release that right leg back down towards the earth. And bring both hands underneath the rib cage or by the rib cage and gently roll yourself onto your knees. Good. As you come to a side lie. Good. So you can bring, your knees are going to be right perpendicular from the hips. You can gently lower yourself all the way down onto your left side. And then you're going to have your hands stacked on top of you. If you have pillows, have them underneath your head so that your neck is more in line with your shoulders. And then we're going to make sure that the right knee stays glued to the top of the left one, just to see if we can prevent the movement of the hips. So on your next inhale, we'll reach that right arm all the way up towards the sky, allowing your head to turn with us. And then as you exhale, open up all the way. And then inhale again. Bring that arm back up towards the sky. As you exhale and bring it to close. It's a 2-part breath. We'll move nice and slow. Inhale to rise. Exhale to open. Inhale to reach. And then exhale to close. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open completely. Inhale, reach up towards the sky once more before you exhale to close. Beautiful. We're going to just rotate yourself onto your back and then onto the other side. But for visual purposes, I will just rotate the other way so that I could still be facing you. But once you roll over to your right side, same rules apply. Knees are stacked. And then you're going to take your hands that are straight at your shoulder height. And then take a nice big inhale as you reach that left arm up towards the sky. Again, don't let that top knee move. Exhale as you open all the way. And then inhale again back up to the top. And then exhale to close. Inhale again, big reach of the arm. Exhale to open all the way. Inhale to reach back up towards the sky. And your exhales to close. Last time. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open all the way. And then inhale, reach back up towards the sky before you exhale and close. Beautiful. You'll take the use of your hands to gently press up. But rather than changing anything in the position, you're going to have the knees staying the same way. And then this time you'll rotate your torso so that your hands are facing the mat. Good. So if your pillow is in front of you because you were laying down, take that and rotate that so that it's in the same direction as your torso, so that you have something a little bit more comfortable to land yourself on, so that your belly is resting on your pillow. And you can keep your hands underneath your chin if you'd like, in a gentle twist. And we're going to be here for about 8 rounds of breath. So this is a really passive twist. It's something that we use in yin yoga or in restorative. But if you'd like to deepen this posture just a little bit, all you have to do is turn your head over towards the right side. So away from the knees. So allow yourself to settle in this twist with your heart facing down towards the earth. Maintaining that nice long breath so that we can stay in our rest and digest. We'll take one more inhale and exhale here. And we'll take our time to gently lift the head, come back up into hands, and gently press our torso all the way up so that we can face back towards our knees. And then all we have to do is rotate to the opposite side. So you're going to turn yourself around. So now the knees are facing in the opposite direction. And then same thing. Your knees are going to be perpendicular to your hip, and then your hands are going to face the mat or face your bed. So once you have your hands facing facing your bed, you're going to take your pillow again, line it up with the length of your torso. And then take your time to slowly start to walk your hands forward. Lay your belly down on that pillow. And then just gently relax your chin down. Again, if you'd like to take this a little bit further, you can allow your right ear to come down to the mat. But otherwise, all you have to do is focus on your breath. We have about 6 more rounds. We'll take one more inhale and exhale here. And we'll take our time to slowly come back up into our hands. Use that to gently press our torso up off the bed. And then rotate yourself back to center. And we'll close with our legs extended. So what that's going to look like on your bed is you're going to turn yourself around to where your head typically is on your bed. Remove the pillow. Scoot your bed as close to your headboard as you can. And you're going to extend the legs all the way up your headboard or your wall. So you can keep your hands out to the sides here if that feels okay. Allow your feet and your legs to rest against the headboard or the wall, because having your legs in this position automatically tells your nervous system and your body that you're safe. So allow yourself to take a couple of deep breaths, settling into our final position here today. Feeling hopefully a little bit more relaxed than when we started. And then allowing that big inhale and exhale to settle into our natural breath. As we focus on unwinding our hips, unclenching our shoulders, loosening up our jaw, and unfurrowing all the small muscles in the face. So take one last moment in stillness to check in physically, mentally, emotionally. Notice if your thoughts have slowed, and know that you are safe. as we take one last moment with our feet nice and high towards the sky. We'll take one more full breath in, followed by a big open mouth exhale to let it all go. Take your time to slowly slide the feet down the wall as you bring your knees into your chest. And then roll over to your favorite side, coming into that comfortable fetal position before you roll yourself back up to your seat. Rotate your body so that now it's facing down the way that it should. Allow your head to hit that pillow, and I hope you get some good rest today. Thank you so much for joining me, slowing down with me, and I hope you get as good a sleep as you can. I hope the same for me too. From my heart to yours. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you at the next one.